Hey there, knife fans. Love Them Knives channel. This is LTK. We've got a couple of knives to talk about. And you might notice this distinctive logo comes from the We Knife Company. We have two models that we want to immediately get mixed up. The the 617. F is for tan. And D is for green. These are interesting because I wanted to show these to you. They're more like a budget version of some of the We knives that are a little on the pricey side. I mean, you know, you're talking about your average We knife being $250 to $290. Well, you get a zipper case, you get the paperwork, you get the cloth, and you get the proprietary tool in this other side of the pouch. So you get that, you get a knife, they throw that in. Yeah, they give you a knife with the pouch. And this one's the green, OD. This is titanium hardware, pocket clip, backspacer, pivots, D2 blade, almost 4 inches long. It's a frame, I mean, it's a liner lock flipper, as you can see. Lockup's probably about 25% on this one. Yeah, interesting. This, I think they called it a modified drop point. It looks like a harpoon style blade. It's got jimping. I like it. It's interesting. These are more budget-oriented knives. I mean, if you're going to pay $250 to $300 for a We knife, then when you get into this category of around $100, that's a lot less expensive. They say there are ceramic bearings, and it flips really good, so I can go with that. I don't think they're lying to us. Any jimping here? Yeah, there's a little bit here. I mean, texture on the flipper tab, and it's real easy to get a hold of. It flips really well. Centering great. Let's move some of our stuff away, and let's get the other knife out. Obviously, it comes in the same kind of pouch with the proprietary tool and the cloth, and let's not keep the wrapper and throw the knife away. Let's keep the knife. This is their tan. And so it's different than the green. Other than that, it's the same. And I think they have some with darkened blades, coated blades. I got the satin, and I got 2 different colors, and I got 2 of them so that I could kind of compare what kind of consistency and the quality we'd get. And the lockup looks very similar, about 15 to 20% here. Flips really good. Centered perfectly. Nice texturing. You can see that there is some kind of texture here on the G10 scales. Yes, this is titanium. Yes, it is. Yeah, nothing there. Up. Oop, that's magnetic there. Yes, it is. But titanium backspacer, titanium pocket clip. Oh, magnetic blade. Gee. So D2 steel. Check this out. There's really not much on the blade. It's pretty plain, which is nice. Let's check it out. Let's go downtown here, see if we got 4-inch blade. Well, in my book, that's 4 inches. So is it with the tape measure. You're talking about 10 centimeters, overall 22, and you're looking at 8 and 5/8. So 8 and 5/8 with a 4-inch blade, that's putting a lot of blade in that handle. And it's right all there, isn't it? If you can get that. Yeah, you've got texturing here. You've got texturing here. You've got a single type screw for your pocket clip. Can you go left hand? Nope. Right hand tip up only. So you really don't have many options here as far as carry goes. Oh, I'm sorry. Really, I'm looking right at it. There you go, left hand, right hand. You can just take this off, put it over here. Looks like, yeah, fits on the outside of the scale. In any case, let's get all the pouches out of the way. We got lots of stuff in the way. I was just going to say, yeah, I pulled Knife Center up. It gives you kind of the breakout in the pictures. It's a new item. The WE knife 617D. And, oh, it's on pre-order. This kind of gives you the pause and read, or you can look at this and see how they talk about the WE Knife Company. I've seen the spiel before. They're saying this is a value-oriented knife. Get you into a WE knife without the expense of some of the others that are pure titanium. Pocket clip, backspacer, screws, and they're all titanium. That's what they're saying. Backspacer, screws, and pivot cap. Maybe I was picking up the blade magnetism through there. I'm going to look at that again. But they're saying the screws and the pivot cap are all titanium. Unless Knife Center's got it wrong. And that's possible. You got your handle thickness, which is pretty thick. That's almost 6/10 of an inch, so we'll check that. Blade thickness, 4 millimeter. That's pretty good too. Overall length, closed length, blade length, and ceramic bearings, liner lock, and pocket clip. Tip up right. I guess maybe you can't flip that to the left side. I was looking at that. I have not taken the tool to try and take this off. To me, that would seem like this screw is the same as this screw, and you could switch that around unless this is inset in here. And it might be to where you can't. They're just saying right hand tip up. So, I don't know. Now I'm confused. Let's see what we've got. See if our specs actually match the specs online. Yeah, they're saying 4 millimeter. It's right at there, which is 0.153. This is thick. You're right. I can't get my calipers around it, so I know it's over a ½ inch. Okay, it is almost 6/10 of an inch thick, which is 15 millimeters. Yeah, it fills up your hand. And, you know, I like a heavier, thicker handle. Not necessarily heavier, but thicker. Real open design, except for the back spacer. Hey, now that I got this removed and I got the blade away from here, I don't know. I'm getting magnetics here. So, to me, I don't think that's titanium. I think the hardware is steel. I don't know. I might be picking up the blade through here because it's not near as strong on this side, so that might be tie. But these screws here are magnetic. So, I don't know. Maybe I should have looked on Blade HQ. They might be different and you might want to as well. I guess to me it really means nothing because this is not the knife I'm going to send in and get the hardware anodized. But it is kind of nice if they get it right when they describe it online. That's why we kind of do this. This is kind of an interesting little shark fin design through here. And of course, with this harpoon blade, it all gives the, you know, the harpoon, the whale, the shark, kind of that whole motif going on there. It flips great. I think these are nice knives. You know, Stedman makes a line, and they have 440 in their ZKC, and now they got an 01 and an 02. I can't remember if it's a D01, D02, but you can check that out too. I think we're going to get some of those in and look at those. So the Stedman, the Wee, they're doing this G10 alternative. And, I mean, this flips great. I mean, so if... So, you know, if this Wee knife situation is something that you'd really like to check out, I guess this is one way to kind of step into that pool without making a huge investment. They're supposed to be 5.2 ounces. Let us bring forth the scale that will tell us the truth about this knife here. I think we can assume they're both the same. 5.1. Okay, well, it's close to 5.2. 145 grams. So be it. That it is. Yeah, I like these. I want a blue one. They don't have that that I know of. Option tan, OD green, which are kind of nice. I really like, I kind of maybe prefer the green one, but yeah, kind of either way, it's cool. You know, they give you the proprietary tool, so you're good there. So you can take them apart. You got ceramic bearings, you got D2 steel. You don't have a lot of markup. I mean, marking up on the blade. That's what I'm saying. I don't know about the price of the knife. I don't know what the markup is on that. But, you know, you've got this liner lock. And you know what? That makes a lot of sense. I mean, if this is going to be more of a user knife, something that's not going to be a safe queen or anything, I used to not be a huge fan of G10, thinking it was like you're throwing a plastic handle on a knife and you're charging me how much? But I've changed my mind over the years on that. A lot of those Ganzos are G10, and I'm just really thinking the G10 is really nice to have. It takes the abuse, it takes the corrosive chemical resistance. It's just very wearable and doesn't show the damage as badly as, definitely not as badly as titanium. And then as far as the solid steel handle, it's lighter. And it's really strong too. It's really strong. So you're not giving much up in terms of strength, and you are gaining as far as being lighter than steel and less likely to scar up than titanium. So there's a lot of good things about G2. I don't know. What do you think? Comment section. It's your turn. I really, I like the harpoon blade style. There was some other knives that came out the other day. Oh, God. Now I can't remember. HEA or something like that. A buddy of mine showed me some pictures, and then I went on Blade HQ and looked at them, and they're around $300 a shot. But they had this kind of wild-looking blade to them, to a degree, in this style. But nice. If you can get the right light. My studio lights are a little dramatic, I guess, so I have to do something with that. A lot of shine on there. But it's a satin blade. But it's not really a full flat grind, but wow, talk about really useful, though. You can get a lot of useful purpose out of these. Oh, did I not cut their own advertisement up with their own blades? Yeah, they're very sharp. Very sharp. So they're sharp, they're long, they're a big knife. They are a big knife. 5.2 ounces though, 5.1 on my scale. Pretty light for as big as they are. Although, you know, that's a lot of blade and not a whole long overall length. It's not 9 inches. So being at 8.5 with a 4-inch, virtually a 4-inch blade, I think that's pretty good design work there. I don't know how you feel about the one. This doesn't seem like it's going to move. I get a little suspect every time I see a single screw in a pocket clip. It just makes me think somehow that's going to start going different directions and loosening up on me. But yeah, I think that maybe sunk into there to where it's not going to move anyhow with that screw. So it feels really solid, pretty stiff. But it's not going to give you any hot spots, that's for sure. And what do you think? It's a real good detent. It's pretty good. You can gravity flip this though. There you go. Got it. So it's good enough. I mean, but it's kind of a good compromise between just being too angry with the detent and just really holding off and making you really put a lot of pressure on it, to being too weak and just kind of falling out haphazardly. I mean, you can do that if you want, but really, if you just put your finger to the top of the scale, it's out. It's out. So I think it's probably really, in my mind, it's a good setup. This really flips well. Great one-handed knife. Really easy to use. At least you're not going to fold the knife down on yourself unless you get too crazy like that. But yeah, it rolls back in, you know, and you can hear it click into the detent. Yeah, not bad. And they both behave similarly, so at least they're getting some continuity between the blades. I just thought maybe you'd like to have a look at them and comment as you may. Nice. Nice. Hey, you know what? I got a free hat with each one of these knives. I didn't have it here in the studio, a Wii hat. So I'll throw that in on my next giveaway too. We might have some hats. House of Blades, Wii. Hey, we'll give away everything but a knife maybe. Just kidding. But we might have some hats as well. All right, guys. Hey, I appreciate you watching my channel and commenting and having some fun and some spirited conversation. D2 blades, G10, budget area for the Wii. So we're talking $100. A little bit more, I guess, for Blade HQ and stuff. But yeah, well, maybe these will be on my next knife sale. Things are moving along as we roll our stock and continue to review knives. Thank you so much. You know what we do. We love them knives.